Hey guys, a little bit of a different video um, because upcoming week, in my opinion, is gonna be very important. Why? Because Trump's meeting with the Chinese president on October the 30th, if I'm not wrong. This week, but when exactly? So October the 30th. I don't need that. Today there were some updates already. Like not updates, but potential breakthrough with Beijing. US Treasury Secretary indicated that an escalation on tariffs is effectively off the table. Very good trade talks, blah blah blah, and this would be the bullish case for this week if Trump can agree with China on a trade deal. This would really boost the markets, in my opinion, because there has been a lot of the past 2 weeks have been really volatile because of these trade threats, tariff threats, more tariffs, blah blah blah. Crypto dumped like crazy. Altcoins went like to zero almost in just 10 minutes when he tweeted that. But yeah, I think they did what they had to. They pushed to avert tariffs 18 minutes ago. So I think they will get a deal. Like I can't know it for sure, but I think they will get a deal. They have been working on pushing the fear and greed index to like extreme levels of fear. We reached that the last 2 weeks with all the volatility. Here I think was when that tweet happened. Don't remember it exactly what date it was, but yeah, in my opinion, this like trade war will kind of finish or like damp down a little bit for now after they meet. Especially with now this as well, one more post saying that there is good news. I think maybe also because I read some things that like Australia and like the US had some trade deal with like rare earth materials, so I think a lot of this stuff was about the rare earth materials as well. But okay, I said what I wanted to say. Probably they're gonna make a deal. Okay. In confluence with that, we are already at extreme fears for the stock market. Yeah, we're not at the April levels, but we are. Yeah, this is the extreme fear zone, the 25 level mark. Okay, we bounced off it, we bounced again. I mean, you can't do analysis on this, but we're already here. Unless they're gonna do more trade wars, I don't think we're gonna go down more for now. But again, this is my bullish case. If the trade deal doesn't happen, we're gonna crash down probably. So that's the bearish case. Also, by the way, again, if you haven't seen my channel trailer, I'm not a professional. I have no degree in economics or anything. So this is just pure speculation, and my Elliott wave stuff is just based on me looking at charts for the past 4 years. So don't take it as financial advice, anything that I say. But yeah, so fear and greed in oversold extreme fear territory. Okay, That's why I'm also leaning towards there will be a deal, even if it's like just for now, and maybe in a year or so there will be again some shenanigans. Who knows? That's on November the 30th. That is Thursday. Yeah. Okay. On Friday we have. Wait, is it on Friday? No. On Wednesday, the day before, we have interest rate decision. Forecast is they will cut again by 25 basis points, which is short-term bullish for stocks because lending money will be more easy, and yeah, means people can buy more stuff, people can lend more money, money will be in the economy, blah blah. You know what it is. So next, like, unless they're not gonna cut, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Unless they don't, this is already bullish. So if we then get the day after the deal with China, it will be double bullish catalysts, okay? Then that is just the news and stuff, okay? If we just go to the charts then and ignore all the news and blah blah blah. Imagine we live in a world with no discussion and stuff, and we just look at the charts. Then I have a few things. So since April, the S&P 500, if I zoom out, yeah, this chart doesn't go a long way back, but if we just start from April in the lows, I have a bullish and a bearish count, okay? Bullish, bearish count, let's do that first quickly. What is on the chart is my bullish count, but if we ignore what is on the chart for now, this would be my bearish count. I'll put it in red. That this is a 1-2 here. We had a third wave finish here, fourth wave, and then now this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your fifth, okay? With this then being here, or whatever, I'll put it in red. Okay, the bearish scenario is that we have a 5 wave to the upside complete, and we now have to correct that in this larger 1, 2. Okay, so that would mean stocks will have to go down, S&P 500 is going down. But doing Elliott waves on the S&P 500 is really difficult because it's 500 different charts together, you know. Some charts can underperform while others overperform, and then this still pushes higher while, so it's not easy to do Elliott waves on this one. But you got the bearish scenario, okay? 5 waves complete, and we're gonna go down. This could happen. I have to go back to what I previously said. If Trump and China don't make a deal, if they don't cut interest rates, we could see a catalyst for this scenario, okay? But myself, I'm leaning towards the more bullish scenario. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but I'm leaning towards that one. So I changed my chart a little bit. This, if you looked at my S&P 500 videos, this was never on my chart. I just put it on there today. So the bullish case is very bullish if I look at the chart. And I'm just gonna cover the S&P now first, but you'll get what I mean once I go into my other stuff. So for the bullish scenario on the S&P, I count this here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. From the April lows here. 1, 2. Then, yeah, an A, B, C in your wave 3. A wave 4 sideways, and then a wave 5. Okay. Again, sometimes it's not easy because, yeah, look, I hate to count an ABC in your wave 3, but things happen. So this is the first one, and then this is your wave 2. Also this I don't like, your wave 2 is very short, but again, it's the S&P 500. From there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again, okay? I'll put it in blue, the internal 1, 2, like this. Okay, so first degree is this, the Roman letters, numbers, not letters, wait, yeah, numbers, what am I tripping about? Then the second degree is your, just this one. Now, I don't want my second degree wave 1 to be longer than the first degree wave 1, which it's not, because this wave 1 would have to be above 7,116. It's not, so that's good. But again, very shallow wave 2, 0236, but okay, it's the S&P 500 again. Here we even didn't get to that level. So from there, this was in August, when the tariff on China, I think, started. That was this dump, if I'm not wrong, I don't remember anymore. Then another one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or we could put it like this. I'm not sure yet, because this wave 2 took a little longer than, yeah, if this is a wave 4, it's pretty short. And internally we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would be nicer. So I'm not sure about this one yet, but it's really the micro. So it's difficult. Let me also put these FIPS on the chart. This is for the lower degree wave 3 then, okay? And for that, I would minimally want to see the 7,351 level. So yeah, if this is gonna, I'm just gonna remove this internal count of the last one, because it's getting a little bit too much. If this is another one too, that's a lot. So maybe I'm leaning more towards maybe it's something like this then. We had a wave 1, 2, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this sideways range here is, yeah, for this internal second wave here. And then now we're getting in the third wave, if this is another one too. But again, it's too much, I'm gonna delete this one. I'll add like this line here for like a level to watch, okay? Because this low was made last week. Also, this was the back test of this trend line, and it was like the 0.5 FIP here from this low, but yeah, too much details, sorry. So bullish cases, we're working our way to here. We are now then in the third wave here, and for this to happen, again, if we get the rate cut and if there is a deal with China, this can happen in my opinion, okay? So what I can do is give you levels to watch. I'm not gonna pull FIPS because it's really difficult. I have these ones here, taken from this low, because yeah, I initially thought maybe this is, wait, how did I take it? Oh, I don't even remember anymore why I have this FIP here. It's taken from here, so that would mean that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 complete, and this is support for that, but I'm just gonna delete it, no FIPS. I'm gonna hold just these lines on the chart. So levels to watch below this previous swing, at swing low like at 6,600 and 90. Next one is at 6,550. Then you have my levels here. Okay? And of course we can watch this previous swing here. We ranged quite a bit. We broke it. Maybe we can backtest it when the pre-market opens in a few hours, and then tomorrow market open we can continue to the upside potential. So again, S&P 500 difficult, but before I go into the stocks, I want to show some other things as well. So gold has been rallying like crazy, yeah. Last week though, I have some fips here, but I don't do anything on this chart, so it can go away. Just the interesting thing is the RSI on the weekly almost hit 90. That's a high level for the RSI. And then interesting is this red candle on the volume engulfing, and it is in the top because this week, is it in the top? Yeah, slightly, but it is in the top. So I'm not sure, but it looks like always when I try to get a bottom, when price is retracing, for example, I look at the volume in the low candle, and in this case it's the top candle, potentially with the red candle. So I'm just thinking maybe if like the trade deal happens, if that happens, the fear would be less because there is a trade deal, it's good for the economy, blah blah blah, no more worrying, which would make stocks go up even more. Most often gold pushes a lot when risk is high, geopolitical or like tariffs, etc. But if that now is gonna get solved, maybe this is an early indication that look, they know it's gonna get solved. I'm just thinking, I'm not saying it is gonna be, but I try to just look at the charts and just look at data. I might be wrong and be an idiot next week if I look back at this, but this is a significant red candle, okay, on the volume, on the weekly. And if you even zoom out to the monthly, your RSI is at 91. That's an insane high level on the RSI, okay? It can stay in overbought, yes, but it's really high. And also on the monthly, it's still 5 days, but on that one we have a green candle, so that counters a little bit maybe this red candle. It's difficult, I'm just thinking. Gold dipped 8%, 6% from highs where we are now. It would need to do another one of those to make this a red candle on the monthly. Between now and when is November? So it has actually just 1 week left, yeah. October 31st is Friday. Technically possible. If it prints again a red week like that one, and this turns red on the monthly, then we have this also on the monthly, which would not be impossible if we get the trade deal and if we get the rate cuts, maybe, but then it, I don't know. Just the idea, you get it. Over to the next one, Bitcoin. I'm gonna delete all I have on the charts because I was looking actually for like we have 5 waves on the weekly, so maybe I was like, we need to get a correction, but Bitcoin since May has really been ranging actually. In my opinion, this is strong. It's not declining yet. Like, you know, if you're gonna top, it happens really faster always. This is just, it's consolidating in my opinion. Also, I'm not looking at this chart a lot, so I'm just gonna delete everything here. And I'm just gonna add this to the chart to simplify. Okay, this low here, together with this double top here, it's a structural level of support. Also, if I just zoom in quickly on the 4 hourly, for example, look, we had this dip, that was the tweet, we took it, and now there is no 886 hit, it's going good. I'm showing that because we just wanted to show this as well. We had a massive sell-off here as well. This was August last year. Okay, we didn't take the low once again, but after that we recovered pretty good, and yeah, it's looking a little bit similar in my opinion. Just the sideways, long sideways price action, then this shakeout or whatever you want to call it, and now it's slowly again recovering. Also, if you want this to be your top, yeah, okay, you could say it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 waves down, so. But if I really want to be to the detail correct, this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? And we hit the 618 then. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 we would need, but we hit the 618. So that's actually bullish. But if you want to still be bearish and we say, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we count this one as an internal tree that's valid, then I would have to pull fibs from this high here. If this is a 1, 2, your first 1, 2, it's an ugly one because it looks so tree wavy, but still, we want to be ultra bearish. Then your 618 sits at 15,874. Okay, do I have an alarm for myself? Don't think so. Oh, I do, nice. So if we get this, it would be good in my opinion. That would indicate that it's not going to be a 5-wave move down. Also, we don't have an 886 hit here from the low to the low, like you didn't retrace, so that's good. How do you count this? I don't know, maybe this is a 5-wave move to the upside here. Very ugly. But just quickly let me pull fibs here. We held the 618. Maybe this was another one too, and now end of the week is coming as well. We might get some more volatility. Just thinking, but too much detail again, sorry. Just this here does not look really bad. Okay, this is your all-time high, yes, so it might still go down. So we're actually then here compared to what I said earlier, that this is a whole range. Yes, but your all-time high was here a few weeks ago, so I said a little bit like I did interpret the chart a little bit wrong there, but okay. I'll add this one here, interesting as well. Could do something like this and stay above it, but okay, this is way too long again. But what I wanted to say is Bitcoin is looking good today, up almost 2% on a Sunday. That's good. And yeah, Bitcoin might be the new gold in the future, but for now it's still a volatile and it's not considered a safe asset. Like, it's still a risk asset. Look at this dump that happened over just one tweet, okay? So I still see Bitcoin same as stocks, risky assets compared to gold. So that comes back to the theory that maybe this is a topping candle with this volume. And that's why maybe we're seeing Bitcoin strong today on Sunday. It's been a while since Bitcoin was moving a lot on a Sunday. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at that every Sunday, that's too much. But yeah, it will be interesting if in a few hours the pre-markets open, 5 hours still from now. Yeah, I'm in the Eurozone, so this time that you see here might not be the same as yours. Okay, then one more thing that could be a bullish indicator. We have earnings weeks. We have earnings week for a lot of stocks. Meta, for example, on Wednesday. This is the day of the interest rate decision. Let's now look at this. Wow, this video is getting so long, but I like it. I like discussing these things to myself, so yeah. Maybe some of you like listening to it. So the estimate revenues 49.49. Compare it to last Q3. It's, let me get back the calculator on my screen. How was it? Current revenue. So 49.49 divided by last quarter. The last year's Q3 was 40.59. So that's gonna be, oh, I did something wrong there, but that's gonna be a 21% increase year on year, which is again very, very solid compared to these last 3 quarters. We had then Q2 with 21%, and maybe we can do it again. What else? Microsoft. Oh. Last year, Q3 65 point. Wait, I'm tripping. Sorry, I was like thinking the fiscal quarters and years are different for every company. So we have to look at Q1 2026. It would be then this one. So 75.37. Divided by last year it was 65.59 minus 1 will be 14%. A little bit lower than this one, but still it's good, higher than these. It's above 10%. Okay, Apple, new phone launched. And this is gonna be the last one I do. But we have big earnings this week, so these will already be earlier in the week. No, also on Thursday, never mind. So it will be Thursday, Wednesday, so it will be all on the same day, like interest rate day and the meetings day. I need to go back again, fuck, 102.07. Divided by Q4 last year was 94.7% increase. So again, but it can beat, it almost beats it every time, so that would be a little bit higher. Maybe it will be less than last quarter, but it will be higher than the last, like let's say the average of the last quarter. So that's good in my opinion. Okay, enough of that. just watch the earnings. It will also be significant. Just get a beat and maybe good news, and it will be strong. Will boost the S&P 500 up, and then coming to just regular stocks. And this is helping me to lean more towards the bullish scenario that we will get things fixed. Look at AM, for example. In my opinion, this chart needs to go now. It's ready. It keeps holding support. 886 hits. This was a nice correction here, and it's ready now. Compared to April, I saw this coming, this April tariff dump, because this was too short for a wave 2, and this was then probably a B wave, because you started to fall down. You only had 3 waves to the upside, while now we're holding support, we're grinding to the upside. Looking at Chinese stocks, they have been very strong. This one will do a very nice revenue boost, revenue grow. Next earnings report. JD has been holding, still looking as long as we hold for higher prices, and we might get this once we have this trade deal. CoreWeave now starting to lean a little bit more to higher price action. What else could I show? For ASML, another giant. I still want to see one more push to the upside. One second, I'm watching a football game in the meantime, and someone scored. Oh. Okay. And also Real Madrid Barcelona started. Fuck, yeah, I need to finish this video. But you get the idea. There are quite some stocks that look still solid, holding support. I'm not looking then at the giant ones, because these ones are just grinding to the upside, and I'm not really analyzing these charts, because it's just, they keep grinding up. So the last thing I wanted to look at is the heat map liquidation heat map for Bitcoin. On the 1 year one, the highest liquidity now sits at all-time high. And then I think this region here is the second one. We will get here probably, if my scenario that I had on the chart is correct, that we are finishing a 5-wave move here, and we're gonna correct. Then we will get there. But for now, there is no sign that that's happening yet. Sorry. I don't want to do elliott waves on this. The trend line is still holding, and fuck, I fucked it up. This. The trend line is still holding, and it's looking good today. Let's see if we can hit this 618 here. I would lean more towards we're gonna get this, and we're gonna go for all-time highs. And that's all I wanted to say, I think. So if I summarize all of it, we have gold with a red week. We have potentially a bullish week with Fed interest rate cuts, with potentially strong earnings. Okay, look at Google is already pumping like crazy. Also the RSI, look, it's on most of these companies, it's not even in overbought, so it's looking really like it can always dump, but it's looking good. That like this week can really be a boost if we get the bullish catalysts. Okay, the earnings, the China deal, and the interest rate cuts. And then you know the bearish scenario that we have to correct the S&P 500 and that we have a 5-wave move down. Here there's another goal on the football game, I'm sorry. Gonna have to look at that. Oh my god, the replay takes so long. But I mean, if you're still watching, then I think you can wait a few more seconds. Okay, got it. So yeah, for example, also Chevron, this week earnings still looking higher on this one as well. If we would, yeah, okay, this company is really strong no matter what happens. It can just range here for a little while as well, but I would want it to push higher. So with all of these things, I'm leaning more towards a bullish scenario, and that this week will catalyze the upcoming months to be very green. But if the deal doesn't happen with Trump and China, the bearish scenario. So yeah, I don't know how long this video is. It's 36 minutes. I'm never gonna do this again. No one is probably gonna watch it. But yeah, bye bye.